Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would share with you today something that I am working on, which was kind of an inspiration light bulb moment because I wanted to do something and I wasn't sure if it was even possible. I have my cool tie-dye bag. In this bag I have this ball of white, which you might recognize. This is left over from the Tunisian canvas that I am doing for the cross stitch project. Obviously that is finished at this point from my last video because I have leftover yarn and it just got darker because my light went out. I also have this leftover yarn from the hat that I was working on. This is really pretty yarn. I like this. So we are working with these two different colors. The other thing that I have is my cabled Tunisian hook. Okay, sorry about that. Got interrupted with a phone call. I believe I was saying that I also have my cabled Tunisian hook. This is a 5.5 millimeter, so I believe this is an eye hook. Not positive. But I decided that I wanted to use two colors of yarn with this hat. If you have seen my other hats that I've done with this, I normally just do one color with the cabled hook, or like the same principle when I do the 4 double-ended Tunisian hooks. It's the same principle. This just is one step instead of 4 steps. But I didn't know if it was even possible. So what I did was I started out my basic row. I wish I would have gone in the back loops of this, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter. I was lazy and I was wanting to get started on this. But I got back around here to where it was time to join. And I decided to join with my secondary color, which is the white, and this is my return stitch. And then when I got back around to the other side with my return stitch, I finished the last stitch off with my main color, which works absolutely perfect. And I love the way this is turning out. It's not quite how I was expecting it, but I still think it is very pretty. So I thought I would share with you the process of how I do this. I have just a few stitches. Sorry, I need to get a little closer to you guys. I do have just a few stitches left on my forward stitch, and then we will start the return stitch. So, and this is not a how-to tutorial. I'm just doing this because I'm working on it and I thought it was cool, and I thought I would share it with you guys what I'm doing and how it's actually working. I need to rearrange my yarn, put it on the other side. I really wish that light would come back on, but it probably won't. So anyway, let's finish up here and just do this. If you have tried this method or you do this method, just finish this simple stitch off. And by the way, this is a 2 simple 2 purl ribbing, and it's about maybe 1.25 inches, not too much. I get tired of knits and purls or simples and purls, so I try to make my ribbing short. And then same as before, just go behind those first 2 loops of the other side. I drop my main color, pick up my second color, and just reverse with that second color like I would with the main color if I was doing this in all one color. I know this is hard to see because the cable's in front of it, but eventually it will get easier. So, and this is the first time I've even tried to do this method. I didn't even know if it was going to work, and I was super excited when I found out that it was going to work. And I'm even more super excited because I'm using yarn that was already in my bag, because I haven't had a chance to get down to the craft room to get any additional yarn. So yeah, just continue back with that second color like you normally would. And when we get back to the next to the last stitch, I will show you what I do then. And then I will show you the back side of the project, because it's really not that obvious that I'm changing colors in that one particular spot. I mean, it kind of is if you look, but it's not, you know, really all that noticeable. getting close. We're over halfway. This hook that I'm using is one of the ones that I actually fixed. It fell apart on me, so this one was one that I've actually was able to fix with the super glue. I'm glad I was able to fix it because I use this one for my hats. I guess when it breaks I'll have to buy one of the Denise hooks, which that won't be that big of a deal. I don't necessarily want to buy the entire set because there's hooks in the set that I don't necessarily want or need, like the smaller ones, because I don't use the smaller hooks hardly ever. Main ones I use are H, I, J, and K. So those are the main ones that I want, but in order to get those particular hooks I would have to buy two separate sets. And I don't really use the bigger size hooks in general, so buying the bigger set would give me additional hooks that I don't use hardly that often. So I think, like I said, if this ever breaks, or if I just ever decide I want to, you know, do something with a different hook, because I love that hook, by the way, that I bought from Denise, interchangeable, then I will just buy them individually instead of buying, you know, the full sets, which, like I said, will cost me more. Okay, I've got two of my loops left, so I'm just going to pull through the first one. I'm going to drop my return color, put some more out there, pick up my main color, yarn over and pull through that like I would if I was doing all one color, and then I'm ready to go with going back with my Tunisian simple stitch. So I'm super excited that this actually worked out the way I thought it was going to. I like the way it's turning out. Actually, before you go, I almost forgot that I said I was going to show you the join back here on the back side. Let's slide this over because I don't want those to fall out. Anyways, you can see here on the front where it's, put this over where you can see, this is where, okay, so it's purl, purl, and then the simple, simple. So this right here is my join stitch, right there between the last purl and the first simple. So that looks fairly normal. On the back side, here is my seam, if you want to call it that, where I change my yarns for the return and the forward stitch. So it doesn't really look that much different. It just kind of looks like I sewed that up, but we all know that I didn't, and I obviously think that looks so much better than when I do make them flat, or I had made them flat in the past and had sewed them up. So there we go. And I just have a couple ends here. I'll probably tuck this one back through some way and tie them, and then sorry I will probably tuck this colored one back in somewhere, probably not where it's coming from because it might be the knot. I don't want to mess that up, but just tie those two off and we will be good to go. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get back to work on this. If you have tried this method or of doing the cabled hook or the 4 double-ended hooks making hats, and you're interested in trying this, or you have tried this, or you've done this, let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video.